What's good, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? It's BBKDRAGOON. Today I'm going to share my top PvE hopes for Destiny Year 2. I did a video of this last week, but for PvP changes. You guys were super supportive. I had a lot of requests to do this for PvE, so I thought we'd chat a little bit. First of all, raiding. I want to see raiding incentives in Year 2. More reasons to get more people raiding. I'm just going to say this. I think the most incredible experience I've had with Destiny, the most fun, the most wow moment, was completing Vault of Glass for the very first time. It was in October. I was being carried through and taught all the mechanics by a good group of people, the Pineapple Boys, and man, what an experience that was. And if you've done the Vault of Glass, you know what I'm talking about. It's an adventure. It's nothing like anything else that you've done in Destiny. And at the time in Vanilla, it really did offer a challenge. You know, hard mode back when, everybody was level 29 and there was only a few level 30s was a big deal. I want to see more people raiding, and I think to do that, they should incentivize raiding. With Year 2, they're questifying everything. So Bungie's putting into the dashboard and into the UI all sorts of little quests and indications that telling you, go here, do this, do X, Y, and Z, this is your progress. I want to see that incorporated with raiding. And I also would like to see raiding bounties and challenges. And this is a good way to get people to go back through the older raids, because right now, Crota's End and Vault of Glass have gear that nobody really cares all that much about. Since it's Year 1 gear, it's not going to carry over to Year 2, what's the point of running Vault of Glass? What's the point of running Crota's End right now, other than the fact that it's fun? If they had raiding bounties and challenges, I don't know if they'd have to develop a reputation system specifically for PvE that's tied to raiding, but I want to see that. Give me more reasons to raid other than just the gear. It's still a very low stat. Under 20% of the people have completed a raid in Destiny during Year 1, which is just, that's mind-blowing to me when it's one of the most impressive features of the game. And to get more people playing raiding, I really stinkin' hope in Year 2 that they have normal mode raid matchmaking. The fact that there's not raid matchmaking, it doesn't make sense. You've got all these community sites who do LFGs, which is looking for groups that pair people together who don't have a crew of friends to play with. Why on earth wouldn't Bungie just implement a matchmaking system for normal mode raids? Don't make it the highest tier difficulty. Maybe you reduce the rewards that players get in the matchmaking version of the raid. There's so many players who've paid for Destiny who haven't got to see all the content within it, mainly the raids, because let's say they don't have 5 friends on to teach them Vault of Glass or walk them through Crota's End. Put in normal mode matchmaking. I know that Bungie has stated the fear is raids take a lot of teamwork, and with random players who aren't communicating, this could lead to a really bad environment. So reduce the difficulty a little bit and at least let the player make that choice. If they don't want to go in and mess around with randoms, they don't have to. But don't gate off that option, okay? Like, we all have played enough online games to know there's good parties and bad parties. It's a huge hope for me in Year 2 for some form of raid matchmaking. Strikes! In the Taken King, let's hope for some reasons to run strikes. Let's face it, House of Wolves, the only reason people are running strikes is to try and get Hopscotch Pilgrim, or mainly the reason they're running it, okay? Last week, we got to see the reveal stream from Bungie where they showed off the Shield Brothers strike. Gonna be honest, not blown away. I mean, it looked better than a Year 1 strike, certainly, but not, crazy impressive. I think that they really have to come ready to play with the other strikes. We're also getting remixed strikes, which means original Year 1 strikes have been remixed with taken enemies and maybe some new little mechanics and changes. I look forward to that, but it all comes down to the rewards, right? If there's no reason to run it, people aren't going to do it. I think strikes are a real fun, chill activity. You put on music, you don't really have to think, they're relaxed, and they're a good time. But I think they could be so much more than what they currently are. Speaking of so much more than what they currently are, let's talk about Prison of Elders, which they have said that Prison of Elders is going to be a place where people get strange coins in the Taken King, which worries me because Prison of Elders was an incredibly fun experience for 5 weeks until you have played all the content. Then when you played all the content, there is no reason to run Prison of Elders anymore. Beat Skolos, got my shader and ship. they've got to figure out a way to not abandon Prison of Elders. When they first came out with it, it was advertised as this really dynamic, unique, changing experience, a lot like a Horde mode. And as it turns out, the curated experiences became very static, and it just was a really long strike, right? With really bad rewards. There was no reason to run Prison of Elders because the rewards just sucked in comparison with other parts of the game. So I would love to see them with Strikes and with Prison of Elders figure out rewards that give the player incentives and make Prison of Elders a bit more dynamic of an experience. Those are my hopes for PvE in year 2. What are yours? Thanks everybody.